Let's take a closer look at the Sahara family of binoculars by Barr and Stroud. Barr and Stroud is one of the proudest names in British optics, major suppliers of binoculars and telescopes to the Royal Navy in 2 world wars. Let's kick off with the most popular object glass size in the series, and that's the by 42. So the number we're talking about here is the object glass size in millimetres. The 42mm object glasses on the 8x42 and 10x42 are absolutely ideal for bird and wildlife watching. Those very large lenses there will give you an absolutely superb bright image in poor lighting conditions and even after the sun goes down. So it'll give you a good nighttime performance as well with the binocular. A couple of features to note on the Barr and Strouds. In fact, this goes through for all of the larger size models. We have tethered front caps there. They actually stay on the binocular and can just be pulled down out of the way. If you don't like that, you can actually take that off as well and remove the whole assembly if you prefer to have the caps completely separate. It also comes with a rather good rain guard for the rear eyepieces so that you can keep the binocular around your neck in rough weather. That rain guard simply stays on the strap and removes from one side, and then it actually stays on the strap, so that's really quite a nice feature. All of the binoculars in the Sahara range are fully waterproof. They have BAK4 optics prisms on the inside and fully motor-coated front lenses, as well as very hard coatings on the eyepieces there. Anti-reflection coatings we're talking about, of course. Very smooth focusing, a rigid ABS body, aluminium prism holders, and this rather rigid, very tough rubber coating and armouring on the outside. Not only makes the binocular very comfortable to handle, and I think looks good as well, but also makes the binocular totally silent in handling. For the birdwatcher on the move, we've got the by 25 series, and again, let's just remind you, the by 25 refers to the object glasses on the binocular. Very compact size, very easy to handle, very lightweight focusing again. Those same very deep soft rubber eye cups on both the 8 and the 10 by 25. Worth noting that you're not going to get the same kind of nighttime performance as you would with the 8x42 or the 10x42, and of course that's because of those smaller object glass sizes. It's like a hole in a bucket. Big hole lets out a lot of water, a small hole lets out very little. The smaller lenses simply let less light into the binocular, and obviously the 8x42 is going to outperform it. But the sheer size of the 8x25 and the 10x25 make that a real winner with bird watchers and wildlife watchers on the move. Also good for a day at the races and taking to events, even theatre and that kind of thing. Quite a handsome looking binocular in that same rubber armour. Worth noting as well, it only weighs 360 grams, that model. Picky in the middle between these two is a really great option if you want the light gathering power of the by 42s but still want a bit of the convenience and compactability of the by 25s. We've got the 832 here. It's a great size for bird watching and animal watching again, because this time we've got 32mm front optics, and that's just enough to actually give you a good poor light performance out of the binocular. So we've got some of the advantages of the by 25s. Nice and compact. It's small enough to actually go in a jacket pocket or something like that of a top coat, but small enough to be carried around, but actually large enough optics to still give you a good twilight performance. And of course that's very important when you're looking at roosting birds and that kind of thing. So again, a good compromise. If you don't really want to go all the way down to the 825 or the 1025, go for the 832. Only available in 8. The mathematical performance of the binocular would kind of be spoilt if they went for the 10, so they've limited that to just the 8x32 in that model. Let's look at the big guns in the Sahara series. That's the 10x50 and the 12x50. The 50mm object glasses on the 1050 and 1250 of course are absolutely great for low light viewing. They'll give a bright image in almost all lighting conditions, sufficient to allow us to call this a night glass, so it'll have very, very good evening performance. Very deep eye relief on both the 10 and the 1250. Smooth focusing again. A very balanced weight, feels very comfortable in the hand, even though it's significantly larger than the 10x42 and a little bit heavier as well. Still feels very, very poised in the hand. A beautiful binocular for the very serious bird watcher and wildlife watcher. Also included in the Sahara range are the Sprite binoculars, available in a 10 by 50 and a high-powered 20 by 50. The 20 by 50 looks just the same as the 1050 that I'm showing you here. It also comes complete with this little tabletop tripod, and has got something of the use, I think, really of a small spotting scope. So the manufacturer certainly intends you to put this on a high table or even on a windowsill so that you can look at birds in your bird table. Let me just remove the tripod there. That comes included in the price. It's got a little ball and socket head on it, and you can see that it also has extending legs, which is quite a nice little feature. The monocular itself has the same deep, soft eye cup that you'd see on the larger binoculars. Very comfortable. The 20 by 50 actually doesn't have a retractable eye cup on it, but the 10 by 50 does. Very easy focusing, can be actually handled with one hand. The whole monocular is designed to be held in just one hand, and you can see I can operate the focuser very easily there. Again, a very good compromise if you want to get a larger optic but want something that's convenient to carry around. A monocular might be one possible solution. And that's the Sahara binocular range.